And so, so Annabel, let's start with you. You're 56, you're diagnosed with breast cancer in 2010, and you actually, you thought that you were on top of it, changed your lifestyle, changed everything.
It did change ever such a lot.
Yeah, because you were eating healthier, and you were thinking, right, OK, well, I'm well on top of this, and then it came back.
When I first got the breast cancer in 2010, yeah, I did change a lot of things and hoped that that would stop it from coming back.
And then when it came back, and you were given that initial the conversation that nobody wants to have, how did you feel? Were you angry?
The first thing you feel is completely numb, and you can't take anything in at all. But I did get angry, and then I thought, well, there's no point in giving up all these things that I like, and I just carried on eating how I like.
When did you decide, right, OK, the principle of the show is a time to live? When did you decide, right, OK, I'm going to change fundamentally here. I'm going to live life for me?
That was pretty much after I got the bone cancer diagnosis. That made everything suddenly seem really short, and it put everything into fast-forward gear.
And so you made some massive changes in your life, not just changes that were going to affect you, but that were going to affect your family. And one of those big changes was that you, after 28 years of being with your partner, you decided that you were going to go it on your own.
Yeah.
And you discussed that with your children, didn't you, first?
I did. I asked them both first what they thought about if I left, and both of them said that they thought I would be happier if I left the situation.
And that has unfolded to be so. In fact, you've got a brilliant friendship with your ex-partner, and you spend Christmases together, and it has been better. But not only that, you've travelled the world. You went to Colombia.
Yeah, I went to Colombia last year.
Yeah.
I went to Norway with a broken pelvis to see the Northern Lights, because I really wanted to see them, and I have a lot of friends in Norway. And
salsa classes,
salsa,
painting.
I did.
A lot of people, and obviously everyone faces something like this in a very different way, but a lot of people want to keep their family close. That's it. If I have, my time is limited, then I want all of you around me. Let's live our lives to the fullest. So how did they feel about you not being there and building up a whole load of memories for them?
Well, in a way, I wanted to protect them as well against them having to see me getting ill. That was another reason. And I just thought I would be able to deal with it better on my own, and I thought it would actually make me more healthy if I was just in peace and able to do what I wanted when I wanted it, and not to feel under too much pressure. And it has actually helped me live longer, I'm sure, because the pressure's been taken off.
OK, well, Jolene, for you, you were first diagnosed with skin cancer when you were at 18, and then after this, the tumour sort of spread to different parts of your body, and it was at 23. You were told then, the diagnosis, that you only had 18 months to live.
Yeah, so I found out in 2010, just after I graduated from university, that the cancer had spread to my brain and to my lungs, and I was told that the prognosis for that type of cancer at that time would be about 1.5 years. But I've been lucky enough that I've been sort of on the cusp of a lot of new developments in terms of treatment for melanoma over the last few years. So, you know, if that had happened to me 5 years before, I probably wouldn't still be sitting here now.
My God, and how do you face a diagnosis like that?
It is difficult, but I think, you know, the main important thing is you just get up and carry on. Like, I'm still young, and I have, you know, hopefully a lot more time ahead of me, and I think it's important to sort of enjoy the things that I want and, you know, not try and dwell on it too much. You know, there are difficult days, but, you know, I do live, aside from having cancer treatment, a relatively normal life of a 20-something, you know, the rest of the time, and I don't want cancer to be the thing that defines me. I'd rather people know me for my personality and who I am, rather than the person that's ill.
Yeah. Well, you've split your life into two parts, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
You say that home is for being ill and receiving the treatment, and London is for living.
Yeah, absolutely. So I sort of split my time. I work part-time here in London, and I've been receiving treatment with them since I was 23, and I could have moved my treatment to London, but I think for me it's very important to sort of separate those things, and, you know, I have fantastic treatment, so I don't see the point in changing that, and then I can kind of separate myself from that.
You seem incredibly positive, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I can't imagine it was easy getting to that point. I mean, there must be times when you felt that just the situation that was just so unfair, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I do, you know, I do often feel that, but it is what it is, and unfortunately, you know, as much as I'd like, I can't really change it. So I try and make the best of the things that I can, and, you know, probably enjoy things that I would have been enjoying anyway, but also trying to do more for myself.
Yeah.
And what do you say to any younger people who are going through what you're going through?
Well, I would say, you know, tell people to sort of remain positive. I, for a long time, really thought I was on my own. I reached out to a really great young adult cancer charity called Trekstock, and that really made me realise that I wasn't on my own, and there were a lot of other people in my shoes. And, you know, I'm still here, and so are these people, and I think it's really important to kind of, you know, it's important for me to feel like I do have a future, because, you know, otherwise I could just stay in bed all day and I probably would never have left Northampton, and I think I'd be worse off now had I not sort of made the move to London and sort of got up and carried on.
Yeah,
well, thank you both very much.
Yeah,
Long may you embrace life to the full.
Absolutely.
And thank you.